Hello and welcome to my cybersecurity course. My name is Shubham Parikh and I will be your instructor for this course. As the title of the course clearly mentions that it is not a single course. Instead, it is a combination of three different courses. So first is ethical hacking, then comes the website hacking, and the last is mobile hacking forensics. So let's start with our first course, which is ethical hacking. So some experts may suggest that ethical hacking will never exist because hacking will never be ethical. So what is hacking? Hacking means illegal intrusion. Whereas some experts say that ethical hackers are those who perform attack on their own organization with all required permissions in order to protect them from external threats, right? And some people say that instead of calling them ethical hackers, there is a perfect term for them, which is penetration testers, right? So it's up to you whether you call them as ethical hackers or penetration testing experts, right? Now, ethical hacking has 6 different phases. So first phase of ethical hacking is reconnaissance or footprinting. Footprinting means collection of information. So the first step of ethical hacking is to collect information as much as possible about the target. So collection of information will divide it into two parts. First is active footprinting and second is passive footprinting. In active footprinting, we directly interact with our target in order to collect information about the target, right? And in passive footprinting, we use public websites or social media platforms instead of directly interacting with the target, right? Now the second phase of ethical hacking is scanning. So scanning is divided into 3 main parts. First is port scanning, that is scanning for live ports in your target system. Second is vulnerability scanning. Vulnerability means weakness, finding weakness in our target system or in our target website or in our target network, right? And the third type of scanning is network mapping, which means finding out which topology is used inside our target organization. That is, what is the structure of network in our target organization, what kind of firewall they are using, which router they are using, and how many live systems are there or which server they are using, right? Then comes the third part of ethical hacking, which is gaining access. Gaining access means entering into our target network or entering into our target website or entering into our target system. So gaining access inside our target system. Then comes the fourth phase of ethical hacking. So the fourth phase is maintaining access. See, the more longer we maintain access into our target network or system or website, the more information we collect from there, like their personal information or their secret information, etc. So the longer the access is, the more information we collect. Okay. Then comes the fifth phase of ethical hacking, which is clearing tracks. See, no thief wants to get caught, right? So clearing tracks, which means clearing our footprints. Okay. So in this phase, we will try to clear logs so that no security expert will able to trace back the hacker. So clearing track is one of the most important step in ethical hacking. And the last phase of ethical hacking is making reports. As a penetration testing expert, you must prepare reports for management or for your seniors. So the report will include that what kind of attacks you have performed, which tools you have used and what kind of results you get, right? And which vulnerability needs immediate attention. Okay. So all of these we mention in our reports, right? So there are many types of hackers, but the 3 main types of hacker are black hat, white hat and gray hat. Okay. Let's not discuss them in detail because I have developed a separate lecture for it. Now let's move on to our next course, which is website hacking. But before moving, let me tell you something. I have included a special section on how to become untraceable over the internet, which help you so that you become untraceable over the internet, which means your internet service provider and your government of your country will not able to know that which kind of content you are accessing over the internet. Okay, so that section will help you to keep your privacy level to the maximum. Okay, so next course is website hacking. So I have included some important terms in website hacking. Website hacking means web application penetration testing, finding weakness in our target website. So the first one is payloads. Payloads are scripts or a combination of some codes which help us to find vulnerability in our target website. So what is vulnerability? Vulnerability means weakness, finding weakness in our target web application, right? So in this section or in this course, I have included what a website is, what a web server is, and how they work. Okay, and we will perform different kind of attacks like SQL injection attacks or cross-site scripting attacks or DOS and DDoS attacks. I will perform these attacks both in a demo environment, which we will create in a virtual machine, and on live websites as well. Okay, then comes the exploitation. Exploitation means gaining access using that weakness. Okay, and then comes the post exploitation, which means what we can do after gaining access to our target website, right? Then comes the mobile hacking forensics. Now you must know that hacking and forensics are different, because hacking means performing all kind of attacks just to gain access to a mobile device, whereas forensics means performing investigation of an attack. So in forensics, you have the access to the physical device, right? And using forensics, we will try to recover the data, deleted data, okay? And we can present them as evidence. And let me tell you one thing, all of my courses, whether it is ethical hacking or website hacking or mobile hacking, will take you all the way from beginner, that is basics, to intermediate level. Okay, I have also included some of the topics which called as advanced topics in this course, but that doesn't make my complete course a advanced version. Okay, so my aim is to provide you a strong foundation for cybersecurity, and my goal is to provide you the maximum possible knowledge in a single course and at the minimum possible price. Okay, so let's talk about bonus. If you see at this second last section of this course, I have included a crash course on Linux, which is called as Linux for beginners. So by the end of this course, you will also know what a Linux is and how to perform basic system administration tasks in Linux, right? I have also included how to make websites in 30 seconds, and that too without knowing any programming language. Also, I will add updates time to time so that my course will never get outdated. Also, I have a special surprise for you, and let me tell you the surprise. If you enroll in this course, in my cybersecurity course which you are currently watching, then you will get free access to all of my other courses, right? So enroll in my this course, which is a single course, pay for only one course and get access to all of my courses for absolutely free. So let's begin.